Let's be entirely honest. You've walked into a room, felt 20 pairs of eyes on you, and immediately wondered, is there something on my face? Am I walking weird? What are they thinking about me? We spend an exhausting amount of mental energy trying to read minds. We desperately want to know how people see us, not because we're vain, but because our brains are wired for survival. To our ancient ancestors, being disliked by the tribe meant literal exile. But today, that tribal instinct has become an invisible cage. You're paralyzing your potential, watering down your personality, and losing sleep over opinions that don't even exist. Today, we are breaking that cage. By the end of this video, you will master two things. First, the psychological blueprint to accurately decode how people actually perceive you. Second, the mental framework to completely detach your self-worth from their conclusions. If you're ready to see clearly and live freely, let's dive in. Before you can stop caring, you have to stop guessing. Human beings are terrible at hiding their true perceptions, but they don't usually say them out loud. Instead, they leave psychological breadcrumbs. If you want to know how people see you, stop listening to their words and start reading 3 specific behavioral cues. The first is the principle of proximity and microleans. In psychology, proxemics is the study of human space. People physically gravitate toward energy they respect or desire, and unconsciously recoil for what they dislike or find weak. Watch their shoulders during a conversation. Do they square up and lean in? That's a sign of perceived value. Do they angle their feet toward the exit or subtly lean back? They perceive you either as a threat to their time or as someone they don't need to invest in. The second cue is the echo effect, or behavioral mimicry. When someone respects you or views you as a high-status individual, their brain fires off mirror neurons. They will unconsciously mirror your body language, your cadence of speech, or even the slang you use. If people are constantly adapting to your vibe, they see you as a leader. If you find yourself doing all the adapting, they perceive you as a follower. Then there is the ultimate cheat code for reading a room, the projection rule. People do not see you as you are. They see you as they are. If someone constantly criticizes your ambition, they don't see you as foolish. They see you as a mirror reflecting their own lack of drive. If someone treats you with condescension, it's rarely about your incompetence. It's about their deep-seated need to validate their own fragile ego. Once you realize that 90% of how people treat you is just a confession of their own psychological state, the room becomes incredibly easy to read. Now you know how to read them. But here is where the real shift happens. Why, even when we know someone is just projecting, do we still feel that sting in our chest? In psychology, this is driven by a cognitive bias known as the spotlight effect. This is where we psychologically overestimate how much others are noticing and judging our appearance, actions, and mistakes. Think about it. You remember that awkward thing you said 3 days ago at lunch, right? You've probably replayed it 10 times. But let me ask you, do you remember the awkward thing your coworker said 3 days ago? No, because you're too busy worrying about yourself. Everyone is the main character in their own movie. To them, you are just a background extra who appears for 30 seconds. They aren't spending hours analyzing your life. They are wondering what you think of them. When you realize that nobody is actually paying attention to the degree you think they are, the spotlight turns off. The pressure vanishes. You are finally free to mess up, to experiment, and to be entirely yourself. So, how do we operationalize this? How do you build a mind that simply does not give a fuck? You need to implement 3 mental boundaries starting today. First, trade validation for verification. Stop asking yourself, do they like me? And start asking, do I even like them? Shifting your focus from being judged to being the judge instantly restores your psychological power. You stop operating from a place of scarcity. Second, define your own identity metric. If you don't define who you are, the world will happily do it for you based on their own biases. Write down your core principles. If your actions align with your personal metrics of discipline, integrity, and growth, then the external noise is completely irrelevant. Third, accept the villain status. To live an authentic life, you have to be comfortable being misunderstood. You will be the villain in someone else's story simply because you chose to set a boundary, pursue wealth, or protect your peace. Let them keep their script. You don't have to audition for a role in it. At the end of the day, people's opinions of you are entirely out of your control. They're shaped by their past, their insecurities, their moods, and their limitations. Try to manage how everyone sees you is like trying to catch the wind with a net. It's exhausting, and it's impossible. See the room for what it is. Read the cues, but never let someone else's distorted lens define your reality. Run your own race, protect your mindset, and let them think whatever they want. If this perspective hit home today, drop a comment below letting me know which part resonated most. Hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the human mind, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay sharp.